After MAGA movement collapsed, I believe most Americans have come to realize that they are facing the same obstacles. And in this video, I am going to share why the problems of most Americans are similar, and it's not about Democrat or Republican. You are going to find a lot of value out of this. And if you are going to be interested in this kind of videos, just don't forget to subscribe, like, and also share it.
Saying, hey, wait a minute, what are they agreeing on? Let's look at what they're agreeing on and what they're disagreeing on, right? So, what they agreed on every single time was corporate subsidies, corporate tax breaks, corporate this, corporate that, foreign government this, foreign government that. Every time it was a giveaway of our money, right?
In the United States, we have only two parties, the Democrat and Republican. Even if you are an independent person, at the end of the day, it's likely that you are going to vote for an individual who is a Democrat or a Republican. Why do I want, or why do I insist on understanding that you only have two parties? It's because it's from here you are going to understand that in the United States, you only have two tribes. In any given country, there are only two tribes. The elites, or commonly referred now currently in the United States as the Epstein file class, and also those who are working for these elites. One of the essential things which I realized after reading a book in the United States on their constitution, it's from this book I understood that the constitution, when it was being established, the main goal, its main purpose was to ensure that it protects property. So those individuals who have no property in the United States, the constitution was framed in a manner in that those individuals who don't have any property should also not be in a position to make policies which are going to influence how the property is being managed. And that's why you need to understand the importance of you as an individual owning property. Now, in the discussion which I've shared, you have heard the individuals saying that when it comes to problems or challenges which are facing the elites, the Democrats and the Republicans do unite. They have to unite. Why is it so essential? The individuals, now we call the leaders who are in the Senate, most of the time their support comes from the elites. The elites give their support through the resources. That's why you find individuals donating over 100 million US dollars. That's an amount which most Americans will not be in a position to dream of ever reaching that figure. And if some people go ahead and dream, they may even be taken to a mental institution because that's a figure only a few individuals are in a position to achieve in their lifetime. So once you realize that you as an individual, whether you are a white, an Hispanic, or a black in the United States, as long as you are not in the elite club, then you are, I can say, a slave of the elite club. So once you realize that it's so easy in terms of understanding who you are up against, then you will be in a position to understand why it is so hard for individuals, more especially who are now the majority, who have no power, why it is so hard for them to be actually assisted by their leaders, or by their leaders passing some laws or regulations which are going to empower the majority. I want to share another second part of the clip before I discuss further.
And what do they split you on? Things that you actually agree on. So, an example I use is paid family leave. So mom's getting 12 weeks off after they have a baby. Well, 84%, where's the question? We can't get it passed. Why can't we get it passed? Because they're all full of shit. They all work for their donors.
The United States Constitution, as I've mentioned before, was established to ensure that when it comes to functioning to benefit the majority, those individuals who have no resources, it is almost climbing a steep mountain. That's how the Constitution was framed. And that's why when it comes to those benefits which are going to benefit those individuals who are the majority, those who are the working class, it is difficult. And once you realize that most of the time, these individuals may end up uniting at least to fight back against the elites. The elites have courts which are going to protect them. And also, the president has huge power, which most of the time, if the elites go through the president, they can get almost what they want. That's why, for instance, the president is allowed to conduct wars even without contacting or informing the Senate or the parliament. So, for instance, the war which is going on currently between the United States and Iraq, I do believe that the United States president has not publicly admitted that it's a war because the Constitution allows him. That's why even if the United States claims to be one of those countries which has a high moral ground, but what has been happening in Gaza, what is happening currently in Cuba, what has been happening between the United States against Iran is something which is unacceptable, mostly to the American Constitution and also the American people. But since it is in the special interest of the American government, it can go ahead and arm Israel. And that's why most individuals, more especially those who are the masses, we who are not in a position to contribute more than 100 million US dollars as a campaign, it is just like a donation, a tithe to a church service. Those who we are the majority, it is so hard for our readers to make any kind of progress when it comes to fighting for our rights. And when you find those individuals who at least have a spine or some balls to fight for the rights of the majority, what happens to Thomas Massey is exactly what happens to them. They really are not in a position to survive against foreign lobbies or corporate lobbies. So for those individuals who have the audacity to hate to or to create hatred against, let's say, immigrants, I am not encouraging individuals to go ahead and invite illegal immigrants to your own country. That's not what I am promoting. But what I'm trying to say, that's part of the destruction which has been built or which has been developed by the system, the deep state, to confuse or to confuse individuals from the main target, from the oppressors. Anyway, if you have found some value out of this video, just go ahead, like, subscribe, share. See you in my next one. Siku njema.